What's up, guys? We're alive yet again with a surprise live. Surprise for me. It's not weird. It's not weird. It's real. Don't forget to hit the like button when you come in so I can know you guys are real. I know you guys are real, but they are. Don't worry, we're gonna get into everything. Andrew Luck, it is official and it is real. He's informed the Indianapolis Colts that he is retiring from football. It's a real thing. It's not a joke. It's not some random potluck thing that someone's trying to create. He's retiring. He's informed the Colts that he's retiring from playing professional football in the NFL. He's only 29 years of age. The Colts is probably going to give him some more money. He had to deal with a lot. They talked about him being overrated, being overpaid, but the last injury he had before this injury was the hardest one for him to come back from. He's mentally worn down. The last injury he suffered really broke him down, and it took him a lot just to come back. He missed a whole year based off of it. He was drafted in the NFL by the Colts in 2012. He's had serious injuries in his career, and that ankle injury he just got, it just was. They were like he was on track to play week 1, but it's still bothering him. So, I've been injured and I've seen people who are injured. And you guys got to understand something. This is not a video game. As much as you think like, oh, this is, like he'll be back. It's nothing. These are real human beings. And the worst part of injuries is the first couple of weeks during the injury, the recovery process, and seeing people have to go through that. I had to help my mom out of her knee surgery. My mom's not used to being on the lam. So when you have people that's on the lam, it's a whole different process altogether. Now, he probably want to do that to just step to the side. He could have just went on the IR list and just been out, and no one would have questioned him. No one would have said anything. It wouldn't have been a problem. Injuries mess with your mind. And please, everybody hit the like button coming in. And mentally, it's hard because you got to deal with it to come back. So everybody's talking about money and millions of dollars and all of these different things. Mentally, it takes a drain on your body. It really drains you. And every time he came back, the team started rolling again. The Colts got hot real late, and they almost made it a very big run in the playoffs. It was to the point where people thought that they were good enough to beat the Patriots. They weren't, but people believed it. When Luck came back and got into a groove, the Colts looked pretty good last year. Players were, clicking. He was back, and everybody was rolling. And you were saying to yourself, like, man, this could really be it. The Colts could really be something this year. That tight end they had was beasting, and they found out they got a tight end, and they could use that, and that freed up a lot of space for Andrew Luck when they had a tight end they could trust, and the team rallied behind him, and I was happy to see him back on the field. It's too late, King team. We got 16 players. The draft took place. It's a done one. Maybe next year. Next year, well, then he have to wait and see. He might come back, but I just feel bad for him because of the way it went out. It's not even that the ankle injury is severe. It's not a severe ankle injury. It's just a nagging injury from someone who's been injured a lot, and he's tired. He's tired, and he's just saying, "I'm done." That's what he's saying. He's saying he's done. And he called the Colts. He talked to his family. The Colts tried to talk him out of it. They was like, the Colts was up like, look, just take some time off. Think about this. We know this is a really big decision. He was, I know. I'm retiring. This is it. I think he Sunday, well, tomorrow he's gonna make an announcement to make it official, but he called him tonight to inform everybody that this is really it. He's not playing. But here's the thing that is a bright spot for the Colts fans. You guys have a replacement, and he's already in place. That number 7 from the Colts, whoever that brother is, I know he don't fit what the Colts normally have, but that guy can play. He's a Dak Prescott. Y'all got you a Dak Prescott out there on the court. I mean, the field, rather. He said he went to Dwyer High School, Palm Beach County, Florida. Well, that guy there, he could play that number 7 for the Colts. He's playing for quarterback. That Jacob Brisket, or whatever his name is. Number 7, he was looking like Dak Prescott. He might pull off some games for y'all. I'm telling you, y'all got. I think Luck saw him play and said, you know what? I'm retired. They good. They don't need me no more. I'm going to bed. Somebody said Tony Romo was coming back. Tony Romo might play for the Colts. I'm a Tom Brady fan. There's a difference. I am a Tom Brady fan. Understand that. There is a difference. I root for the Patriots because Tom Brady's on the Patriots. Don't ever get that confused. It's about Tom Brady, and that's it. When Tom is done and he leaves, I'm gone. I'm gone. But as for Andrew Luck, RG3 is Andrew Luck, man. Now, I don't have Brady in my fantasy. This is the first fantasy football I use my head, did not use my heart. I got the best players for the position. And I got an A on my draft. Well, Andrew Luck is nobody feel that is permanent. Well, I think Jacoby Brissett or whatever Brisket, his time is now. And if Luck don't come back and if this is a permanent retirement, it will be one of the great what if stories in the NFL. You know, the incredibly gifted signal caller. He won 55 games, lost 33. He has 171 touchdowns and threw for 23,671 yards. Now people are going to say, is he Hall of Fame? He's got some numbers. But this was absolutely shocking, but not to me. I said if he has another injury, he was going to leave the sport. He almost left the sport after the last injury because it took him so long to come back. And when he came back, everybody was like, oh man, there he is. But even when he was back, it took a couple of weeks for him to really get in a groove. You know, they struggled when Luck came back last year. And then when he got into a rhythm, I mean, it was hard. Dude had like an appendix injury, like he was really messed up. He had serious injuries. And the battle back from that is just it's a mental thing, believe me. I've seen people with lesser injuries go through a lot of pain and sacrifice and pushing themselves. But Andrew Luck was a bookworm. Like he was a very smart kid. So he wasn't just like, I'm a dumb joke. Nah. Well, in college, he won the Manning Award, the Davy O'Brien Award, he was a finalist for him. Runner up for the Heisman. He got the Walter Camp Award, the Johnny Unitas, the kid with the golden arm. He was the Pac-12 offensive player. He was that guy. Okay. Andrew Luck was the man. There's nothing else to say. He was the man. Now, I remember his rookie year, he had a $22 million deal. He signed a 4-year contract, and ever since then, they've been paying him. Then he came there, then he got hit with Chuck Picano, the coach. The coach had cancer, and then they went to a Chuck Strong movement. And thank you guys for 100 likes. Took us a while to get to 100 likes, but hey, whenever we can get them, we get them. Well, the thing is about Andrew Luck is he's such a cool human being, man. Peyton Manning was, sort of a dick. You know, I've met Peyton, and he's a dick. Where Andrew Luck is not. I thought it was because I was black. I had that with Peyton Manning. I was like, did he not do this? I didn't even want his autograph. You know how somebody send you to do something you don't want to do? I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there at the whole. This is when we lived in Hawaii. So I'm there at the Pro Bowl. I see the players every year. Peyton Manning comes over there, all Peyton Manning. I got the pictures of it and everything. He's signing autographs. I'm right next to him. He goes and signs everybody's autograph. This dude got a Tennessee everything. He signs for him. I'm standing right next to that guy. I got a little Colts helmet because my buddy was like, dude, if you go there, man, if you see Peyton, man, if you can get him to sign this, man, I'd appreciate it. It's a little bitty miniature Colts helmet. I'm like, all right, if I see him. So I had the Colts helmet, like, hey, can you sign this? I was next in line. He looks at me and goes, nah, nah, that's okay. Nah. I'm like, oh, wow. Shook his head no to me, and I'm like, dude, I don't even want your damn autograph. I guess because I wasn't one of these screaming fans, he thought that I was a vendor. And he thought like I was one of these guys who was out there finna sell it, try to sell the autograph. Like, I got his autograph. How much? 300, 500. Who wants this coat? He thought I was one of those because I wasn't like insane like the rest of those other people. Yeah, we had the Direct TV celebrity football game. Snoop Dogg was there. Everybody was there. But that was in Tampa. That was Super Bowl week in Tampa. Yeah, he could tell I didn't give a damn. He knew I didn't give a damn because I wasn't one of those screaming people. I'm like, dude, I've seen people way more famous than you my entire life. So, plus, I'm not really a fan of you anyway. But this is why I'm telling people don't send me to do no autographs to nobody. Don't ask me to give Floyd no autograph. I don't ask Floyd for autographs. People like, can you get Floyd to sign a shirt for me? I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. So Andrew Luck, it was 10 times better than him. He was more relatable, to more fan friendly, more engaging with people. He was he's what you would call a man's man. Somebody just texted me that he got the money and just ran for it. It's not about that, man. He's tired of being hurt. I mean, the Colts is going to pick up every option on his contracts, everything. They paid up. I remember after his first contract ended in 2015, they gave him what, 16 million? They picked up the option. Then in 2016, they paid him a $140 million contract with 87 million was guaranteed, making him the highest paid player in the league in 2016. And that year, he underwent surgery on his throwing shoulder. He had an injury since 2015. He went surgery on his throwing shoulder, and it's been like that ever since. I mean, Luck 2017 season basically didn't even exist. Um, he had additional surgery that year. So in 2018, when he came back after going through rehab with the throwing coach, I think he had a lacerated kidney at one point, man. He's done a lot. The Colts was 1-5, and they talked about getting rid of Andrew Luck, but then he turned it around. He threw for I don't know how many yards. It was just crazy amount of yards. And he turned everything around. They won like 5 games in a row, and it was one of the hottest teams in the AFC going into the playoffs. Yeah, well, make sure y'all donate to the Cash App, man. Make sure you hit the Cash App up, donate to the page. All the new people here, you can make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button. I appreciate it. The name is Carcino on the Cash App, Karceno. I donated to the wrong Cino. Nah, it's only one of me. Marvel streaming. You mean Disney Plus? You can sign up to Disney Plus. Yeah, definitely is. I tell people all the time that, and no one seems to understand. This game is their lives. They got to go home with these injuries. Their families got to see them go through all this recovery and surgeries, and it's hard. Believe me, this is a sport where you get hit for a living. This isn't like basketball. You're just going around there shooting and running through picks. I look at people like Boogie. If Boogie had 84 million guaranteed, Boogie wouldn't even play no more. He'd probably be like, you know what? I'm done. So when you see somebody like Boogie Cousins just say, you know what, I'm done with it. Pack it up. You understand. You understand what it means. A lot of these people, they don't understand what it means. I mean, I wish the best to him, his family, everyone involved. Hmm. Well, I hope that everyone gets, get their just due. I hope everyone subscribe, hit the notification button. I don't think he's permanently done. This is an emotional thing. I think he needs about a year off from football to get his mind right. He might make a comeback after a year. But I don't think the Colts are thinking about the money. A lot of people are gonna be he took the money and ran. He never lived up to the money. He lived up to the money. And then he retired. So instead of sitting back getting paid, which he could have just sat on the injury reserve list and got paid, he retired. A lot of people think Gronk coming back. He might after a year or two. Football is grueling. Gronk had a lot of injuries. It's the same mentality. You guys got to understand. These guys get they lives to get hit. It's just so hard. I just see the mental torture because guys, they all want to be out there. If Bryant body didn't crash on him, he wouldn't have retired. Kobe was injured for like 3 straight years. Imagine where his numbers would have been had Kobe not been injured those like last 3 years of his career. When he tore his Achilles, for a player like Kobe, He couldn't recover. Yep. So make sure all you guys here, man, that's you new and sticking around. We're gonna have an update on everything that moved. So the press conference is supposed to be tomorrow. He's gonna announce he's retiring. He's gonna tell people why he's retiring. And normally these people take about a year before they miss the game and they start feeling good and they want to come back. So on that note, I'm out.